Hello and welcome to the latest video in my series about the new Database Analyzer Pro application, and in today's video I'm going to tell you the differences between the free evaluation version, which you can download from my website, the full version which you can choose to purchase if you like what the application does, and the activation process involved if you do purchase the full application. Okay, so let's now look at the database itself. Database opens to the splash screen unless you've chosen to opt out of that, and then from there to the welcome screen, which contains information about the application and a list of videos, including this one, that you can choose to watch. From there you've got various options. You can open the license information screen if you've made a purchase, or you can choose to go to the main screen, or of course you can quit the application. I'm going to go to the main screen for now. There is another way of getting to the license information which I will show you later. In the free evaluation version, where the version number is suffixed by eval, you've got one application only that you can analyze, and that is a free application that comes with the program. Here, an ACCDB file which is password protected, and if you try to replace that file or alter it to include parts of your own databases, it will refuse to run the analysis. So if you wish to test other databases, you would need to purchase the application. So if we click on the start button here, then the first thing it does is it checks, and it's password protected, so I need to enter the password, which is in this case is Isle of Dogs, and then it would check whether the file is actually the one that was supplied, and if it's changed or if it has been replaced, it will simply refuse to carry on. But assuming it's been checked okay, you can then start the analysis. Well, there's no point in running that. You've seen this before, so I'm going to cancel that. It deletes all the data that it's collected, and then we get back to here. Now, if we go to the settings screen, here's another way you can look at the license information. Now, if you're in the free evaluation version, you will probably find that it has got the first 3 lines available when it checks this. If you've cleared it, like I have here, then there's nothing there to see, so therefore you can choose to enter those. So enter the username, that's required. Company, leave it blank if there's nothing to put there. Or just enter home or something like that if it's just a personal copy, and then enter the email address. And this is absolutely essential because you are going to need to activate the product in order to get full functionality, and to do that I need to be able to send you the activation code. You then need to enter the license key, and the license key is supplied when you purchase the application, and you can either type it into the box there or paste it in. And for obvious reasons I am going to blank out this part of the video after I've done so. So we have the license key in there, and we now need to activate the product. Now at this point here we get some extra information appears on the screen. Product hasn't been activated. It gives you 2 weeks to do so. Please click the button to send an activation email to Mendit Data Systems, and then when I receive that, it will have information such as what's above here, your username, your email address, and other information related to the activation process, and I will then send you a code in order for you to complete the process. So we click on activation code. After a few seconds it will then send silently an email to me. There you go, we have a message saying that it has actually been sent, and so now we've got some additional information here. I've got a box here for you to type in the activation code when we receive that, and press enter. Now obviously at this stage you've still got an unactivated application, and therefore it is still working as the evaluation version. So I'm going to close that for now. You can then carry on using that or come back to that later. Okay, once you've received the activation code, go back to the license information screen, either from the main form or from the welcome screen, and as before it will now just collect any information that it's already got stored. That was the information I put in before, and you'll notice this time that the license key has been encrypted here. We've now got an activation code. Again, I'm going to blank this bit out You can choose to paste that in or type it in as you wish, and once it checks that, assuming that that process is actually accepted, as it has been here, it will then be a fully functional database, and you'll be able to then analyze any other application, not just the one you were limited with the evaluation version. And the process is completed by clicking on this button. It then does some final checking behind the scenes. That takes a few seconds, and once that process is complete, it will then open to the main form. It will remove the eval from the version number, make other changes, and now, instead of being restricted to that one set database there, you can now browse to any other database and analyze in the usual way. And that is it for now. If you want to have any more videos in this series, please let me know. The only other things I haven't mentioned already is the help button here, which will open a PDF, and the PDF information is almost identical to that on the website, except that you've got a searchable list of features here, which you can go straight to any one of those. And finally, there is a feedback form available online, and I do ask that you fill this in whether you're just using the evaluation version or the full version. And if you click on that, it will then take you to an online site. Uses Microsoft Forms, which is available free if you have an Office 365 license, and then the questionnaire is started by clicking on here. And there's only a few questions, but although some of that is structured there. What are you using, which version, what's your version number, what bitness and so on, what do you like about it, what would you do to improve it, anything you'd like to add or remove, etc. It won't take long to fill that in, and additional detail is available in terms of free responses as well. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed watching this video series, and more importantly, I hope you enjoy using and find it useful to use the Analyzer application.